Over the years, like many of you, I have been completely in awe of the talented designers all over the world that we have access to because of the internet and social media. We can get a front row seat of the various cultures as well as being able to see the super talented designers that come from them. I eventually want to spotlight as many of these designers as I can, but in this video, I'll be highlighting the grand fashion design of African designers and their special occasions dresses, often seen on their red carpets and weddings especially. Africa is a huge continent and there are many subcultures within it. So I'll be taking a broad approach and focusing mainly on the traditions and designs that are currently being shown in this video, which I found to be predominantly West African and Nigerian influences. African head wraps are traditional attire in many sub-Saharan African countries. African women have worn headscarves for many years to represent wealth, ethnicity, marital status, mourning, or reverence. The headscarf is celebrated in the African fashion industry to express style and identity. Queens wore the traditional headwear from all over Africa. Nubian queens favored elegant luxe cloths woven with exotic and lovely flowers for important occasions. Nigerian queens performed lighter and finer materials. Whereas Egyptian queens wore gorgeous, complex headdresses. Not only were head wraps a practical way of dealing with harsh weather, they also represented a woman's spirituality, wealth, and social status in the community. One of the most popular headscarves across Africa is the gele from West Africa. The material is usually starched, so it becomes stiff to hold its shape. African head wraps have different names depending on the region. The Yoruba in Nigeria call their head wraps geles. Ghanaians call theirs dukus. South Africans and Namibians call theirs duke. The African hand fan. Aside from being a handy tool to beat the heat, the African fan is much more. Symbols of status and power. Elaborate fans are crafted from expensive materials like ivory or adorned with precious metals or stones, often denote leadership, royalty, or social standing. Here you can see the various types of fabrics that are used to create these beautiful pieces. They're often beaded. A lot of the materials that are used for these gowns, they're also hand beaded as well, so it's not just about pre-beaded fabrics. The next few clips just show how these gorgeous pieces are created and some of these really talented designers, how they come together. Some of the key features that I've noticed in these dresses is how they do come with a separate corset piece that is created and how the beaded skirt is placed on top. So it's almost a lot of the times two pieces combined into one. But when you see them put together, they look very effortless, seamless, like they all come into one piece. But again, I did notice a reoccurring theme that a lot of the dresses were very wonderfully tailored corsets that were then added with a beaded skirt of some sort. And there's other sort of things they do architecturally to the dresses to give it like more animation. There's also a ton of hand beading. As I said before, some fabrics are pre-beaded, but a lot of it has to do with pre-beaded fabrics as well as you can see here, beading the fabrics themselves. So I noticed that in a lot of the designs, just some of the key features that I noticed and what brings these dresses to life. Wedding attire and symbolism in African weddings. One of the striking aspects of African weddings is the intricate and vibrant wedding attire. Traditional wedding attire varies across different African cultures, but they all showcase the unique beauty of African fabrics, colors, and patterns. The bride and groom's attire often carries deep symbolic meanings. Colors such as red symbolize love and fertility, while gold represents wealth and prosperity. The attire is completed by accessories and adornments like beads, headpieces, and jewelry, which enhances the overall traditional aesthetic. In my research, I've come across at least what I understand to be 3 popular types of bridal styles. The first is aso ebe, or Yoruba. It is a uniform dress or dressing code style that is traditionally worn by the Yoruba people. It is an indicator of cooperation, camaraderie, solidarity during ceremonies and events and festive periods. The purpose of the wedding dress can be served as self-identification with age mates, relatives, or friends during social occasions or funerals. Next is the Igbo. Traditional marriage attire for men and women is a manifestation of the rich and cultural heritage of the Igbo people, one of Nigeria's largest ethnic groups. Rooted in centuries-old tradition, these attires have evolved over time while retaining their cultural significance. For women, the Igbo traditional marriage attire draws from the indigenous fabrics like the George wrapper, a lavish, brightly colored cloth prepared with a matching blouse or buba. The ensemble is adorned with intricate beadwork, embroidery, and coral beads, symbolizing beauty, wealth, and cultural identity. The head wrap, often a complex artistic arrangement, is known as an achafu or gele, completes the bride's look. The Edo culture. The Edo culture is renowned for its opulence and richness, reflecting in various aspects of their traditions, especially in wedding ceremonies. From intricate rituals to lavish celebrations, every detail in an Edo wedding holds profound cultural significance and symbolism. Edo wedding attire. One of the most striking elements of an Edo bride's ensemble is the traditional attire she wears during a wedding ceremony. Typically, the Edo bride dons elaborate coral beads that adorn her from head to toe, symbolizing wealth, prosperity, and beauty. The intricate beadwork on her attire serves as a reflection of the craftsmanship and artistry deeply embedded in the Edo culture. In my research, I've come across a recurrent name as far as one of the really highlighted designers of this genre, and her name is Vicky James. You can look her up. She makes absolutely beautiful pieces, and she also models a lot of her pieces, so I definitely encourage you to look her up, as well as other designers of this genre. Again, extremely talented people. Are you familiar with any of the designs or the designers in this video? If so, please let me know their name and their brand in the comments. It was kind of difficult to find brands matching the gowns when I was doing my research. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, make like a lady.